the number one trick to get manifestation to work for you. Everybody has different tools, techniques, and tips, but the one thing that truly matters that will guarantee that you get whatever you're manifesting is what we're going to talk about today. This is Susie, your beautiful swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, and I promise I'll love you forever. So when we are manifesting, we have to remember that I think you should throw that word out and put the word have in there or got. Because if you're manifesting something you don't believe, you don't think, you know you don't have it. So we need to throw that word out along with a few other words that you know are my potty words. But here's the thing, when you are manifesting anything, you are told you have to believe it, you have to have faith, you need to trust in the universe, you need to ask, believe so you can receive, you need to vibrate, you need to imagine, you need to ask questions, because I ask questions all the time. There are so many different ways to manifest that my brain goes on overwhelm when I think of all the different techniques, tips, and tools. Well, here's the one technique that guarantees that you are going to get whatever it is you want to manifest. In a nutshell, it is saying that whatever you are doing works. I have found that it doesn't matter as long as which one you use, as long as you are saying this works. This works. I am manifesting a new car. I have a new car, and whatever I'm doing works to get that new car. I am manifesting my specific person back. It works. Whatever tool you're using works. The reason my questions work is because you are naturally questioning everything you do all day long, 86,400 seconds a day. You're questioning how amazing it is, or you're questioning why it's not working. So if it's not working, it's honestly because somewhere in your language, your imaginal scene, your thoughts in your head, you are saying, I'm doing this, I'm not seeing results, it's not working. What do I need to change? I'm missing that click. That was my favorite. I have my hand on the light switch and it's flipped up, but the light hasn't turned on yet. So I don't get it just yet because the light bulb hasn't lit up. It's not that we're saying a bad word. I mean, it's really not. It's that our focus is on our outer reality. Our focus is on what we're seeing reflected back to us. Well, that's a big problem because you're trying to change the way your boss treats you at work. You go to work and you're doing the tips and you're driving to work and you're like, my boss is going to be nice. 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 You get there, your boss isn't nice. You go to lunch. Why wasn't my boss nice? I mean, seriously, I'm doing all of this and my boss is still treating me like crap. It's because you're not assuming this works. And if you don't believe this works, then you need to build the belief that it works. So how do you build a belief in your manifesting tools, techniques, and tips that they work? Proving it over and over again. So I have asked why questions since the early 90s. I ask them all the time. So naturally, they just roll off my tongue. I can do a why question with a feeling, the end result that I want. And now I can even add, just because I'm asking this silly question, as my answer as to why I'm getting it. I don't change how I manifest. So I change my story. So I create that one sentence story. I turn it into a question that I can easily repeat throughout my day. Why questions are typically shorter. How questions are going to be longer, definitely 10 words or more. And you know I say you can change your life in 10 words or less. Why questions with feelings, Your end desire and an answer are going to be like a how question, and they are going to be more than 10 words. But in reality, why am I happily living my dream life is less than 10 words. And if I repeat that over and over again, I'm going to be happily living that life. So when I manifest, it's change the story, ask better questions, and praise the situation. Somebody said, well, congratulatory conversations. That's actually a manifesting technique, and it can be used to praise your situation. Somebody else will come in and say scripting. Use it to praise your situation. If you don't change your story, no matter what question you're asking, no matter how you're praising or what tool you're using, you have to change that story. That is the first part. That is the core. That is the one thing you cannot skip. Because if you skip changing your story, the questions don't matter. So if you are doing the change your story, asking better questions, praising the situation you want to change, the thing that you need to add is, how did manifesting instantly work for me just by asking the silly question? How did I suddenly create? I always get everything I'm working to manifest just by asking this silly question. You have to ask why it's working. That is the key. So many people come to me and they're like, I'm doing everything you say. I'm following other coaches. I've done what they say. I've watched other YouTube videos. I see people have success with this technique and I tried it. It's the reason I say pick one technique and do it for 90 days. But if you are not adding this works somehow to your repertoire, it may not work, because you haven't built up that assumption that it's going to work. So my friend who has scripted for over 16 years, it works for her because she has the belief, if I write it down, it's going to materialize. I have the belief in why questions, and I'm also creating a really quick belief in the how questions, because I am seeing that they work really fast, especially if you give it a silly reason why it's working, just by asking this silly question, just by reading this sign if you print it out, just by asking this question. The reason it's working is though because I keep persisting it works. No matter what tool or technique I use, I persist, it works all the time. If you don't persist that it works, and you're a specific person, you bump into them on the street and they cross the street to the other side to get away from you. You text them, they don't respond. You are in the grocery store and they're standing two people behind the line from you and they won't talk to you. It's because you are persisting that it's not working instead of this is working. Why would they want to be with you? Because they love me. Why does money want to be in your bank account? Because you deserve abundance. You deserve wealth, happiness, love, spoiled. You deserve to have the riches of the world laid at your feet. But what does true wealth actually mean to most people? To most people, you're thinking $2.7 million in the bank account. Well, that's not going to work for Bill Gates, Donald Trump, or Mark Cuban, who have billions of dollars in their bank account. The person who is a nun, who is still trying to use manifesting to create better life for other people, doesn't care if they have air conditioning. Read Mother Teresa's book and she will tell you that she didn't have air conditioning in her room. The people of Calcutta suffered, so she was not going to live in the lap of luxury. Yet she used these tools, techniques, and tips to manifest millions and millions of dollars to help the poor people of Calcutta. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you persist in the assumption until it hardens into fact that it is working. It is working. I'm doing this. It's working. I have done this. I've gotten rid of a crazy stalker. I have gotten rid of my ex-husband harassing me. I have created my own business working from home. I have so many things that are little that I created. A Pootie Pie chair. But the big things is being able to work from home as a self-employed life coach / YouTuber, to be able to get rid of a legitimate stalker, to make peace with the craziness that my ex-husband brings into my life. Those are huge things. So now when you want something and you're sitting there going, well, what can I teach you to get this? It's not that you're coming to me because I have created this amazing life. It's coming to me because I can teach you what I did in the most natural way possible to you. It's taking what you naturally do. So if you say thank you, and that's how you manifest, you still need to say thank you, this is working. If you script it and you are writing down and you're scripting it, thank you, this is working. If you are asking my questions, thank you, this is working. If you just changed your story and you walk around and said, my new story is I'm living my dream life. Thank you, this is working because I'm living my dream life. How did it suddenly happen that I'm living my dream life? Just by saying it will happen, you are stating it, questioning it, and giving a reason why. It's all about saying it's working. No matter what you do, manifesting is always working, whether you know it or not. But when we are consciously manifesting, we have created blocks, and our block is simply, why is it not working? When all you have to do is flip it around and say, why is it working? You guys have an absolutely positively amazing day. I love you. Again, subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, and as always, tell me how what I'm sharing with you is drastically changing your life for the better.